Hey, so this video is different for multiple reasons. One, I'm using my face here solely because I want my face to be attached to these words, because I'm going to try and debunk a lot of videos created on people, on how people are cheating and stuff like that. And I think that I have a decently fair viewpoint, considering I've played at the highest level on multiple games, and I've also cheated in the past, so I know at least a decent amount about cheating. So I wanted to go over these videos and just talk about like what's wrong with them. Also, if this is a series that you guys enjoy or find entertaining, anything like that, please let me know, because this stuff is actually decent, a bit easier to create, and I find it pretty enjoyable myself, like just reacting to certain videos and picking out certain things that people are saying. So yeah, let's watch this SHIFTY Using AIMBOT video by BadBoyBeaman's. Yeah, and I'm going to try and, I've seen this stuff before, so pre-watch. I'm going to try and debunk or give examples, or counter narratives to what is currently going on. To give a tiny bit of context to this situation, this player SHIFTY was accused by CDL, like Call of Duty League pro player Blazed, BLAZT, and he posted this clip here. I'll chuck it up on screen, and it showcases what he thinks to be an aim lock doing tracking. And I'm going to show also what other people that are defending Blazed's accusation, their clips as well of hackers actually doing very similar tracks. And I'm going to go over how I believe that is wrong to use that sort of thing, because it helps a tiny bit, but it's not foolproof plans. Like, so if we get I'll try and conceptualize it. So if we have two clips, right? So on the left, which I'll chuck up on screen, Shifties, and on the right we have Blaze, the hacker clip that was posted by Blazed, right? It doesn't matter how similar those things are necessarily. Like, it can be proof that it's suspicious, but it's not proof that it's cheating. What you have to disprove if you're throwing an accusation at someone is disprove it being legitimate. So you have to disprove how no one in the world could do this. And I think that is a way that you, how you can levy an accusation and it come out the best, because you are most likely not incorrect on it. So on the left and right, you can see the videos side by side, right? But let me just switch out one of the hacker clips with clips of people that are legitimate, and we can see how it's also very similar. So this isn't a conclusive clip. Now, it could be evidence that it's suspicious, but for Blaze to go, oh, it's blatant cheating, and then use his leverage as like a massive CDL pro to accuse someone without conclusive evidence that this person's hacking in the manner that he did, I think is very poor. So what he could have done is post this clip and be like, hey, do any of you guys find this sus like me? And obviously you're still going to farm a bit of a witch hunt towards this person, and it's going to be a lot less vitriolic. And the issue with it being vitriolic isn't because it's not genuine or anything, because I genuinely do believe that Blaze thinks this person is massively cheating. It's more the fact that there is a chance that he's not, and you want to curb the harm to someone that is innocent in those situations, and do it in an effective, like, ethical manner, is like to accuse someone. Like, for example, for me personally, I find some people are suspicious, but I'll never just go, oh, this person's cheating, blast it to my entire audience, without at least me giving some charitability. Like, for example, a person that I've accused is Just Lolly TTV. He could be legit. I don't believe he is. But yeah, so when I accused him, I said there's a chance that he's not cheating. There's a chance that I could be wrong on this, and that is the sort of mentality that I think people should go into when they're talking about throwing accusations at people that they don't know. Even if you're 100% certain that someone is cheating, like I'm 100% certain Just Lolly TTV's cheating, you still have to give some sort of leeway, because as much as you might be 100% certain, you don't know every thing in the universe, right? Like, there could be a chance that he's not. So we need to proceed with caution in these situations. Now that we've gotten this out of the way, let's go to cheating. Now, you've already seen this clip because I've chucked it up against the hacker clip from Blazed, and I've also chucked it up with the legitimate player. Let's also just watch it by itself without BadBoyBeaman's commentary, because then I could be ripping his content. It could be DMCA'd. But yeah, so this is a shot here. Now, it looks decently suspicious. Now, if I wanted to analyze this clip, yeah, let's go into this at 0.25 speed, and let's see the suspicious parts of it, and let's see how it could technically be legitimate. Now, anything that is super suspicious, I would say this clip is decently suspicious. It is possible that it's decently, like, I have a decent chance it's legitimate. I think that it could be, but I do think it's suspicious, so I'm not, like, off the deep end here. Because this track is very, very good. It's and I'm going to explain why it's suspicious, or the parts of it that are suspicious. For example, he started perfectly tracking as soon as his crosshair was on the player. That is somewhat suspicious. Instead of having like good tracking beforehand. Granted, you can just mess up before. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. And then also the main sus part is the fact that he's tracking the head. Now, it's possible. Now you see my aim labs and stuff like that. You see all this. It's possible. It's just this is you have to be doing really well here, you know. Now, you could there's like a part of this. I'll rewind where he's finishes tracking him once he goes down, and he's still going the same way. Like he's still tracking similarly, but he doesn't follow him down. Now people could say, oh, he has an aimbot that isn't that ignores Down's players, but I think that's proof that, that's like at least some form of evidence that it's not as suspicious as people are making out to be, because he doesn't fully track the player, and it still seems like it still seems like it's going on a diagonal bend, like how it still seems like he's following the momentum, right? So that is like, I guess, evidence against the fact that it's cheating. And then there's this clip here from BadBoyBeaman's. And I'm going to talk about this because this is what instantly came to my mind when Blazed accused this person. In my head, my tweet, I'll chuck it up on the screen, is if you think this is cheating, then you have to if you think this is 100% cheating, you have to also think DSBiffle is cheating. And the reason for that is that DSBiffle has had very similar clips in the past, and here is one being showcased with the Krieg on Verdansk. Yeah, see how it's like perfectly tracking the person? Now that happened with Shifty just then. So if you believe that Shifty is cheating 100%, like with all your body, you have to kind of think that like maybe Diaz is cheating as well. Here is another clip that people are saying is suspicious with how his aim is working. I don't necessarily think it is suspicious, but it is a very good track, but there's nothing sus about it in general. BadBoyBeaman's, I won't showcase it here, but you can check the video yourself. He says you can easily tell he locks on, and it's a blatant lock. I think that is not true. Now, if we go further and we watch it in slow motion, zoomed in, I don't see any locking motion here. I don't see any snap that locks onto the player, so I don't know what they're talking about necessarily. The track is very smooth and good. That could be considered suspicious in a way. We can watch it here again. There is no lock here. It's in bad quality, but fucking Twitch is bad quality. So yeah, that's one of the clips. Now I'm going to talk about I'm going to showcase similar tracks from players that you might think are legit, and players that like myself, which you probably some people don't think I'm legit, but I'll show clips of myself and other players doing similar tracks to that one as well, because people are finding it suspicious. So I'm going to showcase that, and the reason that the reason I'm doing that is to showcase that if a legitimate player can do it, then there is a possibility that this player is legitimate as well. So, and the reason that accusations are very tricky is because there are cheats today that are able to look very legitimate and look identical, basically, to someone that's doing it legitimately. So, and there's two ways you can view that, right? There's the way of, we need to crack down on the closet cheaters that are closet cheating so well that you can't really tell, right? And we need to find patterns of that. But I think that is a poor choice. And then there's the second choice where you kind of have the very cautious approach where you look at everything and you're like, there's a chance he's legit, there's a chance he's not, and then not chastise or witch hunt that person. Just have that in the back of your mind. He could be cheating or not. And I think that's the healthiest way of doing it. And yes, the trade-off there is that you're going to have some closet cheaters in the community that are legit, that are taking money and shit like that. But I think the trade-off of being able to catch some cheaters with an aggressive approach is not beneficial compared to being lenient on the people that are innocent and not getting witch hunt and not sending them grief over this. Yeah, I guess that's my forte. You have two ways of viewing it, because just objectively this can be done legitimately. Is we can aggressively hunt down anyone that looks somewhat suspicious and then try and pin them on something like Blaze just did, or we can look at them and be like, he's decently suspicious. There's a chance he's cheating. I'm a bit sus on him, and give him the benefit of the doubt, but still have that caution in the back of your mind. You know. I guess that's my takeaway from it. This video is not. I'm sorry if this video was a bit of a ramble and there wasn't much point to it, but I thought that my 2 cents on this would be relatively interesting, because I think we need a more measured approach when it comes to these situations. I think we need a more measured approach when it comes to these situations overall. Because a lot of people that are innocent get shit on hardcore. A good example of this is Rops. In CSGO, he was accused of cheating by every single pro player, and you would think, oh, what, the pro players that have won majors, like JW, who won, like, what, 3 majors, you would think, oh, he would probably know what a cheater looks like, right, and what a legitimate player looks like, because that argument is often wielded out by a lot of pro players in certain scenes, like, oh, I played pro in this game, I know what a legit player and what a non-legit player looks like. That argument has been said a million times, but Rops was accused, and everyone thought he was cheating. I think even, like, Simple thought he was cheating. Everyone thought he was cheating, and he turned out not to be. The same thing happened with so many other players. Happened with Doc from CSGO. Happened with a lot of OC players in CSGO, in the OC scene. It's happened with, I would say, arguably DS Biffle, because he's done basically everything he can to prove you legit. Actually, he can do more, but I think he's played at LANs and stuff like that. I think that's fair enough. And then also Zelina, he's done everything you possibly do, basically, to prove someone is legit. And he's proved everyone wrong, in my opinion. So there's a lot of players that are very aggressively accused, and then they end up not being. So I think we need to adjust our approach to be more cautious, just in case a person is legitimate, even if we 100% believe they're cheating. Yeah, I guess that's my 2 cents. If you enjoy these videos, thank you for watching, and I can make more in the future. Just leave a comment that you enjoy it. Bye.